Okay, all of you listen. So these are the data types which are used in the Verilog, that is the net and register. Okay. So register is specifically used in the case of the memory circuits like as the ROM, RAM. Whenever we have to design ROM, RAM circuit or represent the ROM, RAM memory circuit with the Verilog code, so that times we have to refer the data type is the register because it store a value. Okay. Vectors. Again, the concept of the vector is the same. That is which we have referred or we use in the VHDL. That is, if the size of that constants or the objects is more than the 1 bit. Okay, so in that case, we have to refer the vector. Vectors are multiple bits, right? Your signal, suppose your the signal name is the sum, and that sum is now here that sum is only the 1 bit signal, right? So there is no need of the vector, but that sum it represented by the 4-bit width signal. So obviously it declared as a vector, right? So that is the vector are a multiple bits. Okay. Uh, then again, uh, we have to use the data types, that is the parameters, array. Okay, so parameters are used represent global constants. Okay, declared by a predefined word parameters. So now here just I have shown the example, that is the parameters. N is the parameters. Okay, and is equal to the value is the 3. Okay, so parameter represent global constants, right? Again, you can use the data types arrays, that is the register and integers can be written as arrays. Verilog does not support multi-dimensional arrays. Okay. So again here I've shown how you can use these arrays. Okay. Okay. So major parts of the Verilog code is the styles or the types of description, right? So behavioral description, structural description, switch level, data flow, mixed type, mixed language. Okay, so these are the different types of the description, different styles of the description. Okay, so which are used in Verilog to represent the any digital circuit, right? So one by one, we will understand one by one styles of the description. We will understand in the Verilog. That is the first one is the behavioral description. Okay, in the behavioral description, that is the Verilog statements can specify a module's operation behaviorally. Okay, so uh, by making assignments of a new value to signals based on the test of logical conditions. Okay, uh, suppose using the familiar constructs like as the if and case. Okay, okay. So if there is a circuit, Verilog statements can specify a module's operation behavior. Okay, that is the this model explains the system as to how the output behave with the inputs. Right. Okay, and again, this is the one of the major difference. In the case of the Verilog, use the keyword is the always or the initial. Like as in the case of the VHDL, we are use the statement is the process statement, and within process statements we are writing a code or the operation. But in the Verilog, we have to mention in place of the process statement, we have to use the always or the initial. Okay, so that is the behavioral description. So this is the code for the behavioral description. Verilog behavioral description. First declare the module. This is the name of the module. All the input output signal. Input output. This is the data types. Range is the data types and O1, O2. Now here this O1, O2 will store the values. That's why the data type is the range, right? And here the behavioral modeling styles. So that's why it start with the always in place of the process statement, which are used in the VHDL, right? So this is the always statement at the rate. This is the sensitivity list of the signal I1, I2. If there any changes on the I1, I2, it will changes to execute the operation of that body. That body will start with the keyword is begin O1 assigned as I1 logical operation with the I2. Okay, again I1 and I2. This is the again second logical operation. Okay, end module. So here the keyword is used begin, so that always the the body of the always statement is open with the keyword is the begin, so that first here the end, and then after you can end the end module, right? So this is the behavioral description. Structural description. In the structural description, the description uh, model the system as the components or gates. Okay, the structural description it's represented by the uh, different components and its connections. Okay, so that is the structural description. So always structural description, it has divided into two parts. First is the component declaration and second is the component instantiation. Okay, so with this example, we will understand the structural description. Again, first keyword write down the module. This is the name of that structural description. This is the system, right? All the input output signal semicolon. AB is declared as a input and sum and C out signal declared as a output, right? Now, first here, this is the component declaration, right? So this is the XOR X1 sum AB. Now here just I have shown a very simple program, so that's why this is the only component declaration, right? XOR X1 and sum AB, okay, and A1 C out AB, okay. So this is the end module, right? Switch level description, okay. So it is the lowest level of the description. The system is described using switches or transistor. Okay, so that is the basic difference between this modeling, this style of modeling. That is the in the case of switch level, we have to use the component is switches or transistors, like as a NMOS, PMOS switches or the transistors we have to use, right? Verilog keywords, that is the NMOS, PMOS, CMOS. Okay, so that keyword we can use to represent switch level description. Okay. Anyone please take the snapshot and send on my WhatsApp. Huh? Anyone please take the snapshot and send on my WhatsApp, please. Just please reply me, anyone. Okay, switch level description. Next is the switch level description. In the switch level description, okay, just shown the example. We have to use the different switches, right? Verilog switch level descriptions. That is the module. This is the name of the module. Input declaration, supply 1 VDD, supply 0 ground. This is the PMOS, NMOS, and the end module. Okay. These all are the rarely used, most commonly used the data, structural, behavioral, okay, and the data flow. Data flow description, again, it is the simple level modeling styles, okay, but that one of the limitation with that modeling style, that is it useful only for the simple level of the logic circuit. And you know about of the what is the Boolean expression or the what is the logic of that circuit, right? In terms of the Boolean equation, you know the knowledge when you have to represent in a digital circuit with the data flow description. Okay. So describe the system signal flow from the input to output by writing Boolean function of the output. Right. Data flow statements are concurrent; their execution is controlled by events. Okay. Does not require keywords. So here again shown the example. Right now the keyword is the module, name of that module. Declare the input output signal, use the directly assign statement, yes and C. Assign as, yes assign as A XOR B, C, A and B. So it's assigned, that Boolean expression is directly assigned as a statement. In the data flow description, that is this Boolean expression you can use as a directly statements, right? So whenever you have to write down the Verilog code with the data flow description, you know the knowledge of Boolean expression. That Boolean expression you can use as a directly statement, right? And at the end module. Okay. So this is the data flow description. Data flow description is the very simple comparatively behavioral description, structural description, but here you know the knowledge of Boolean function, and Boolean function that will be provided for the only simple circuits. Okay, mixed type descriptions. This is the mixed type descriptions. This is a newly added tool for the HDL description, mixed type, right? The user can write module in one language, VHDL or Verilog, and invoke or import a construct, entity or module written in the other language. Okay, so it's called as a mixed type description. That is a combination of VHDL or Verilog, right? The user can write module in one language. Suppose we are writing the module with the Verilog, right? And invoke or import a construct. So if you have to use the any constructs, that construct you can write down with the entity with the other language. Okay. So example, module ALU underscore mix all the input out. So that is the Verilog, right? Wire is the data types. Again, wire is the data type. Assign statements always. So till these parts comes under the yes Verilog, right? And the keyword is the begin. Here I'm writing by using the statement is case statement, right? So here you can complete it with the uh, other uh, other language, it may be the VHDL language. Okay, so that's why this is the mixed type description. Okay, so all these are the types of the descriptions which are very useful whenever we have to describe the any digital circuit, right? So now in the next lecture we have to understand the digital systems like the different digital machines. That is the classify. If you classify the digital systems, we are getting the different classification of the digital machines like as sequential machines, combinationals, okay, FSM, finite state machines, all that things we have to cover in the next lecture. And after that, we have to write down the VHDL or the Verilog code for the complex or the any digital circuits, right? So whenever we have to write down the code, before we know about of the VHDL and Verilog, because if you know about of the structure, its statements, different modeling styles, different description methodologies, then you can represent or you can make a model of any digital circuit with this tool. Okay, either the VHDL or the Verilog. Okay. So if anybody having the doubt, please ask me here through the chat box with the VHDL or in the Verilog.